Hey guys, welcome to Two Beards Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Nick. This is Levi, and we are drinking a treat today. Or a trick. Take your pick.
Yeah.
I'm not one to,
What a rhyme. What a rhyme.
No,
We got our own very own Dr. Seuss here.
Stones, enjoy by 10/31, 2020 edition. If it was anything newer, that would be insane. If it was anything older, that would be gross.
So Stone on occasional holidays that have important dates like Halloween, July 4th, New Year's, Chinese New Year's, probably not that last one.
Christmas?
Do they have a Christmas?
Yeah.
So they have a Christmas and a New Year's.
Yeah, right?
It's a little weird.
It's
probably the
excessive.
same beer.
And Valentine's Day.
But the idea is that they ship it out. They make it, ship it out real quick, and you drink it fresh by that date. That's their official enjoy by date. That's the fresh date. And so yeah, we're doing the thing today.
Yes,
doing
we
that
are.
thing.
Yeah. Got some big boys.
420. That was a date that you forgot about.
Yeah. I didn't earlier.
Stone Brewing, located in California.
Escondido, San Diego, wherever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah. And then they like their hops.
Yeah, they do.
So
I like that they like their hops.
yeah, we stand Stone Brewing
We're stone
on this
proud.
podcast. I should probably open this first.
It would.
You know, your whole opening, like, it really threw me off because it took you like 17 years.
I didn't want to. You're always like, oh, you shouldn't open it that fast, Explorer. Where are you? So for once in my life, I was careful.
That's not what that was.
For once in my life,
That is not what that was.
I'll ring finger swear it. I'm telling you. I legitimately, for once in my life, thought, you know what? This might be a bit of a doozy, so I'm going to open it nice and slow. This just looks gorgeous. Good God.
You got a little small head there.
It's all about the base. Everyone
got-
knows that.
I got a little large head.
It's all about the middle of the shaft. Everybody knows that.
Uh,
So, this one, they say is loaded with 10 different varieties of hops.
I was gonna ask if they list the hop varietals. So
No, they did not,
they just
sadly.
said a lot.
Yeah, a fuck ton, really. It might on their website. Could check there in a sec, but
Double IPA is nothing to be afraid of, though its packaging will very much show the spooky spirit of the holiday. AKA, it's got like a pumpkin face with some horns.
Yeah.
The stone horns. Yeah. So, I guess that's creepy. Or spooky.
yeah, spooky, bro. Spooky.
I don't like Halloween.
Why don't you like Halloween? Yeah, you were talking. We were at.
I'm just
Hold on. Let me take a
alienating.
sip with some head still.
Just alienating the entire female listener portion of our show. I don't like Halloween. And if you like Halloween, you're probably a female. You know? See, Nick's not even mad anymore because the beer is so good. That's what I'm hearing.
It's so good.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm glad this lived up to my standard of being one of my favorite Enjoy buys. This was actually my first Enjoy buy. Was 1031.
I think my
True
first
story.
one is 420.
Nice. Sadly, they do list them. Nice.
Listen, Ma, hit us.
No, you guess. First off, right? Come on.
I drink mostly head, so I need to, you know.
Okay, all right, then guess.
Got a lot of I
Guess.
got some head in my mouth, you know.
Yeah.
Some foamy white.
We got a couple obvious ones, and then it gets a little niche from there.
Cashmere.
Final answer.
Cashmere. I know. I was just throwing. I was hoping to hit a wild card.
Fair
you know.
enough.
I was like, "What's a weird hop varietal?"
And I could see it, like kind of like a little sparkle in there or that.
Mosaic.
Mosaic is not in there.
Lemon drop.
Is not in there.
Wakatu.
Is not in there.
See the pattern I'm doing?
Keep on going.
I'm running out of names. Okay. Centennial. Wait. Before I say Centennial. Chinook.
No, but you're close.
I'm trying to hit all the ones that aren't in it.
Okay, you're doing good so far.
I
mean,
I was worried that
go on for a long time.
I was worried that Centennial would be in it. Is the thing. I know, but like when you're, when it's not on your mind, it's kind of hard to think of.
Yes.
Okay, Citra.
Yes.
I shouldn't have a knife in my hands.
Prob's not.
Amarillo.
Yes.
What's the other S one?
Yes.
I can't think of the name. I always forget the name.
It's your Northwest one.
I know.
You really can't think of it?
I can't.
Simcoe.
Yes, that one.
You thought
I was like, blank, nothing. So those are three big ones, right?
Excuse me?
The three big ones?
In the beer?
Yeah.
I
mean, like if you
if they're listed in most used to less used order, then no.
I don't know. Are they ABC? I don't know.
No.
Okay.
So I'm assuming
probably
it's
most used.
Yeah, I'm assuming then.
Yeah.
You listed the ones mostly in the middle.
Okay. Weird.
Yeah. You got like one more guess. I'm getting bored of this.
That's it.
Okay. We got Nugget.
I wouldn't have got Nugget. I always forget about Nugget.
Yeah, same. I didn't know there was a super version of this apparently, but
There's a super?
Super Galena.
Okay.
I've heard of Galena. I've never heard of Super Galena personally.
Wouldn't have got that
Simcoe.
one. Yeah.
I've never heard of this Delta. I've never heard of this Target. Amarillo, Cascade, Galaxy.
Cascade or Galaxy.
Galaxy makes sense.
Fair enough.
What
Cascade too.
Citra.
Yeah.
Nelson.
Wouldn't have got it.
And Motueka and Helga is one hop name? You tell me. Or are they one of those weirdos who doesn't do a comma before the end like you're supposed to?
So, yeah, the Oxford comma.
Thank you.
I feel like I should have got Cascade and I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's a lot of hops.
Yeah, a lot of hops. Yeah, 10 varietals. That's pretty good
For the listeners though, because say Jack is listening to this podcast.
Okay,
none of that means anything to him.
Totally.
What does this beer taste like?
This beer,
not in Jack descriptions, because he would just say good.
It's good.
It's good. Not good. What makes it not good? I don't like it. Okay.
It's very citrusy, but not in and it's sweet, but not in a syrupy sense. There's a full body, has a little bit of, I don't know if I want to say earthy, but there's some sort of like...
No, earthy funk is the right term.
Yeah? Okay.
It's earthy.
Okay. Which probably tones down like the sweet citrus that's going on. So, but like that main like zing of sweetness is it's pretty strong in the citrus family.
It is, but like it quickly fades into the background.
Exactly.
To the ever encompassing, pumpkin patch dirt in your mouth.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm loving this. Loving this. Double IPA, mind you, I don't know if we said it was 9.4%.
It's a heavy boy.
Yeah.
I think the interesting thing about it is that it's an over 9% beer, 90 IBUs, and it's a double IPA. It's an imperial IPA. That's not a sweet, syrupy boy.
Yep.
Now, like if you were going to put something at the other end of the spectrum, if you were going to say like, okay, double IPAs are thick, syrupy boys, this would be at the other end. It's like if you didn't like bitter beers, this might just taste like dirt to you, honestly. It is earthy. Like
right.
You can't deny, like
right.
It lives up to its 90 IBUs after that first citrus.
Yes.
Like once it gets past the front part of your tongue, the sugary part of your tongue, it's like
it has some herbalness going on in there.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's very well rounded. It's got your bitter, it's got your like thick kind of earthy body. It has a sweetness aspect to it.
I'm classifying the body as not thick but smooth.
Smooth is perfect. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a really weird analogy, but it's kind of like whole milk. It's not thick like a milkshake, but it's not watery like skim milk. And it leaves fairly quickly. Like you can like drink a glass of water and get the taste out.
Yeah.
A thick, syrupy imperial IPA, you could drink like a whole bottle of water and you're like, I still taste that syrupy beer. This 100%. You can wash it out.
It's got a big body. I'll say that. It has a big body that is very smooth. Because I think it's got a bigger body than I wouldn't even call this a medium bodied beer. Like it's a very full bodied, smooth beer.
Sometimes I think like you could put our podcast. You probably don't hear this, but maybe at this point, maybe we got a lot of cops going on.
Someone's
right
dying.
You probably could put our podcast over a gay porno.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like maybe we're
commentating it.
Yeah, we're commentating on the gay porno.
Just take all of our adjectives.
Yeah.
You cut out all of our adjectives and put that over a gay porno, and
it'd probably fit.
To
be honest.
Look at that right there.
Yeah.
It'd probably fit.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, I quit.
So this is our last episode. But if you're looking for gay porno commentators, you know where to find us.
Yeah, no. This again, this is my first enjoyable that I've had, and one of my favorites. The
1031 series, not this specific beer. Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, the 1031 series, but this specific beer is really damn good. This might.
Can I throw us a curveball?
Go ahead.
Because I want to do it.
Yep.
My podcast, I do what I want.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Normally we say this towards the end in thoughts. Where, like, if you could just teleport anywhere in the world, any season, time, resources around you, where's the perfect place to drink this beer? Paint us a picture. Sky's the limit.
So I think they do a good job at curating this flavor for the time of year. I think this is a fucking fantastic fall beer. I think in the dead of summer, it wouldn't hit the same, sadly. As great of a beer as it is, and I would enjoy it, I don't think it would hit the same as it does right now. And so, you know, I think, and I'm assuming their falls are similar to ours, but like the coast somewhere in Scotland next to
Maybe Ireland.
But hear me out. Next to a distillery of Scotch,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I want to be able to go back and forth.
Do you want peaty Scotch?
I think a peaty Scotch with this would be fucking great.
I'm with you. I'm not. I don't want a peaty Scotch, but I want I want American rye. Ones that know there's a little bit of edge to it.
Okay.
Personally.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would rather have that smooth.
We're both looking at the whiskey, being like, this whiskey would pair well with this.
We're getting fucked with a bottle of this and whiskey. Like, we're having a good fucking night.
So I'm kind of right there with you, but I went a little weirder.
You went a little more harsh
to kind
of contrast this.
My
you're
ideal
okay,
voice.
right? Yeah.
So I'll let you continue painting your picture.
No, I mean that's kind of it, right? Where I think like a nice, cool, sunny fall day.
Not overcast.
No, I would like some
when
sun.
I think
personally.
Scotland, I think overcast.
I do too. But like today's like the perfect day.
You want to like break apart in the afternoon.
Yeah. Like in Scotland,
a little chilly, but like not too chilly.
Exactly.
You get in the sun. That feels nice.
That feels nice. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna paint my fucking weird picture.
Please.
I am an astronaut.
Go on.
So are you good with that?
So far,
because
I'm there.
I wanted to get you like
You're getting me there
past the initial.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So
Okay.
I'm there. So I'm there.
So I'm an astronaut, and we're orbiting around Earth. A team, as you do, astronauts.
I'm in a ship, in a space station, I'm on the moon.
It's probably a space station or a ship, a large ship, something along those lines.
Okay.
And with the purpose of sending out a long-term like probe or rover to a planet, not like an out galaxy planet, but like maybe
like a
Neptune
Neptune or Saturn.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a little, not Mars, but like a little further.
Yeah, something kind of far.
It takes a little bit more work, a little more effort.
Yeah, and there's something wrong with the probe, and someone has to go out with it to like make sure, like you have to manually launch it towards the planet.
Naturally.
Right?
That's how every like space movie that has a problem starts.
Yeah. So they're like, you have to manually launch this rover to Saturn, and there's no return trip.
Yep.
Obviously.
Obviously.
It was a one-way thing.
Yep.
The ship that it was going to launch from was just going to go into orbit and eventually crash into the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I draw the short straw.
Naturally.
So I'm put into some kind of cryo sleep to wake up when I get next to Saturn. And they say, what provisions do you want when you wake up? Like, you got 36 hours after you wake up from your cryo sleep to get enough time to prep for the correct landing zone for the probe. What are the provisions that you want for those 36 hours? And we got this beer on board. So I'm like, I'll take this, some rye whiskey, like the movie Hackers, the 90s film Hackers. And I'm just getting fucked on this and watching the movie Hackers. And I didn't get to food yet or any other films, but that's as far as I went. So we were on the same page as far as whiskey, but you went Scotland and I went deep space.
See, this seems like this. What's insane about this?
Tell me. Dime.
It's not the fact that you're in space. It's not the specificity of this insane fucking psychopathy of a journey that you are embarking on.
Okay.
It's the fact that you initially had this thought, which is why you said, no matter how crazy it is, what's your ideal situation? Paint me a picture.
Well, not only that, but my mind went there upon tasting it, and analyzing it a little bit. And that's why I had to move the thought section up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. You instantly tasted this, and your mind just took off.
Yeah, I'm there right now.
And
I'm out in deep space right now, waking up out of cryo sleep, drinking this beer.
Yeah, you're working your way around Saturn for sure.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Does that make me weird?
No. Thanks for serving your country and planet.
I just wanted you to know where I was at,
Yeah, no, I'm with you. This
you're like, I would also like to be
this is that good.
crashing into Saturn with this beer.
If I had this beer, I would be okay with crashing into Saturn. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that right there. Jesus Christ.
It's also just a good color. It's like
that's what I'm saying. It was shimmering gold.
It's a good mix between that orange and yellow.
Oh man, yeah. Just that's what I'm saying. This is this is my favorite enjoy by is 1031. This is my third. I think I've only had 3 of these.
Elizabeth and I were talking about on our way home.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, or I was like, it's annoying. And I said Tacoma, but really it's probably the United States in general. Maybe there's some places that aren't like this on the East Coast just because of history, but it's really annoying that like we're looking at a coffee shop and I was like, that coffee shop is shit. They just don't make good coffee.
Yeah.
They don't start with good beans. They don't know how to make espresso drinks, right? Like all of the above.
Right. Yeah. Just all around you're like don't want to go there.
They probably serve boba, It's one of those coffee places. And it's like at the bottom of an apartment, like a named apartment. Like I'm not going to name it because I don't want to be an asshole.
Whatever. Yeah.
But it's like a named apartment building, like tall brick building, like kind of old school looking, all that stuff. And I'm like, it just pisses me off that those kind of places exist. And like, if I go to like Australia, a random place, like in a town,
okay,
at a restaurant,
yeah,
I can get like a flat white and a Talisker scotch.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a good espresso drink. Like, it's really on the coffee thing, not about the scotch, but it's really on the coffee thing. Like, and coffee isn't that expensive. Like, I don't think they're really saving that much money by not knowing how to make an espresso. They're really not saving any money for not knowing how to make an espresso drink. It's really like pretty straightforward how to like steam milk.
You would think.
Well, it takes practice and training. It's a whole thing. No, for anyone who doesn't know, it's
Illinois. Java Jills calling you out.
Yeah.
You microwaved my milk.
See?
You microwaved.
But that's what I'm saying, right?
My milk.
It takes no effort to, like, they will microwave your milk with a steam wand right next to them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it takes 20 more seconds of effort, and it makes
1,000,000,000% more of a difference.
Yeah. Now it does take a lot of practice and all that stuff, especially pouring.
Totally.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
But like put in the effort,
She microwaved the milk and went.
Buy decent beans. Like it just pisses me off.
Yeah, you don't have to roast your own, right?
No,
You just buy good beans.
you got Bluebeard like 4 blocks away, and they have great coffee. Jesus.
Yeah, that was one thing I loved about Copa Vita. When they started out, they weren't roasting their own beans, and they bought good beans. I was like, you guys know what you're doing. You just don't maybe have the resources to roast your own stuff yet.
Well, and the other thing I was talking about is like it's not like Starbucks is cheap. It's not like
No.
I'm they're saving $2 on the beans and it cost me less to go to Starbucks. That's not what's happening. It cost me more to go to Starbucks than it cost me to go to Bluebeard and get a great, espresso drink.
Absolutely.
It's just insane.
Absolutely.
And it just getting to the point though.
I forgot there was a point.
There was a point.
I
It
just got
pisses
really
me
pissed at
off
John
that
Jills.
more breweries don't do shit like this, that they have, like they brew fresh to drink fresh. And Stone's is more expensive, but I'm fine buying more expensive Enjoy By if it means this is my experience.
And hear me out, like, it's really only expensive the further away you get, right? Like we talk about all the time how in Illinois, the Delicious IPA, I'm paying like $12, $13 for a 6-pack. Whereas out here, it's like, it's $10. You're $9.99. And
Yeah.
or $10.99 at most.
Well, I just mean like if it's $9.99 versus $11.99 and it's an experience like this,
I'm gonna pay the $11.99.
I'm paying the $11.99.
Goddamn right. Every single time to get this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And
I'm fucking over the stale beer, non-innovative bullshit that maybe this year has just sucked
no.
for breweries. Like, because the whole like COVID and
Okay, yeah.
that's what I'm getting. Like,
Okay.
maybe this, like, we felt this way generally because like we get to experience a lot of different kinds of beer, so we're a little spoiled in that regard.
But can we really, like, I feel like we can be biased because, or I don't know, like.
No, I'm not saying we're not, like, our opinions aren't valid. I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
we are a little spoiled when it comes to the amount, like the diversity of beer that we drink, because we try to
Right.
drink different beer,
Totally.
and new beer and fresh hop beer, and
Totally.
all that stuff.
Totally.
So maybe that's why we have the opinion, and then
So you think we're noticing it because we're not able to have as many options as we normally have?
well, and I think that we've also just had so many good beers
Yeah.
that have innovated and that have, like, we talk about E9 versus 7 Seas a lot. E9 releases a new beer like every time we go.
Every week. Yeah.
Outside of the fresh hop.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
Seven Seas,
we compare those two specifically, right? Where 7 Seas is like, have they come out with a new beer since quarantine? I don't think so.
Yeah, so if you watch our pint series, we go to local breweries. Like that's the entire intention of it, is to go to local breweries and try their beers and what they're releasing and all that stuff. So you guys can, if it's interesting to you, go out and get it.
They're quick videos. Like that's the intention.
10 minutes.
It's supposed to be like a quick, like 10 minutes or less, really.
You really like 5 minutes.
Yeah. You go, you're just like, hey, that's the kind of beer I want, or that's the kind of beer I don't want. And yeah, you can hit it up that day.
Oh, they drink a stout this week. I like stouts. Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to go get that. Like, that's the entire intention. Like,
Right.
we're not sponsored by any breweries or anything. So it's really just like raw content of like, this is the kind of beer you want. That we want to, bring those names to the Tacoma breweries.
Yeah.
And we just, like, outside of the first 6 weeks of quarantine where like we had to like buy beer because nothing was opened. So we just bought all of 7 Seas beers and drank them all.
Right.
We've gone back to 7 Seas once since then, since like the first 6 weeks of quarantine.
Yep.
Once.
Mm,
Once.
in their building once. We went in their building once, and then we went to their beer garden once.
Yeah. But I just mean like, oh yeah, we did go in, but
That was really early on, actually.
Right when things started opening back up for us.
Yeah.
And that was like right at the end of the 6 weeks too. Like,
Yeah, that was like March or May.
Yeah, something like that.
Like end of May or something.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just disappointing that, and I think part of it is quarantine, COVID bullshit, and then I don't know. I just think, I don't know. It's weird experiencing things that aren't necessarily local, like the Walk 2 hops thing that like it personally blew me away because I had a couple like really good beers from a couple different breweries with Walk 2 hops. And like, I'm fucking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't just everywhere. And then you'll see random things like someone does a Brute IPA and then like 75 breweries has a Brute IPA. And it's like,
yep.
It's just, the Brute IPA really wasn't even that good to begin with.
Like it was fine, right? It was just it was very much a trendy style. But that just caught on all of a sudden.
It just sucks that like hop varietals aren't a trend and like fresh beer isn't a trend. Like, yes, the fresh hop season is a trend, but that's like historically,
it's not even a trend, right? Like,
yeah, it's a tradition.
You actually don't get that outside of Washington as much as you do.
Well, and it's a tradition dating to Oktoberfest,
right?
Like in Germany, not a trend, not like a new thing that came out that's like exploded. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a bummer that like when we talk about fresh beer outside of fresh hop season, it's like Stone.
That's it.
That's it.
That is it.
At least from my experience, right? Like there could be other breweries that we don't know about or whatever, but like, I mean, there's new releases obviously, but like they're not like released intentionally. Like, hey, we're making this at a limited time for you to enjoy it fresh.
I'll be a little bit fair on that. I'll give a little bit of a fair comment. So Stone is probably the only big brewery that does that. I will say they're the only big brewery that does that.
Yeah.
Lagunitas does also do, so I guess they kind of do a similar thing, but it's not frequently. It's once a year, and that's if you don't include their fresh hop.
But Lagunitas is another like, because Lagunitas is national. They're another national brewery that like innovates. Like their brown sugar.
Yeah.
There's nothing like brown sugar.
And that is not a beer style.
No.
That's for you, and you're like about it.
It's not even a beer style.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, because they don't consider it. It's not like a porter. It's clearly not stout, and it's not really a brown ale. Do they call it? What do they call it?
They don't. They don't call it. I think they call it an ale. I think they call it the most.
Who does that? Is that Sierra Nevada? Who calls everything an ale?
Yeah, I can't.
I forget who it is. It's an ale.
Yeah,
please.
But I was talking to someone who worked at Lagunitas when brown sugar was allegedly. That's what they were telling me.
Okay.
When they made brown sugar, and he was saying like it was just an experimental thing that they didn't even think was gonna like take off. They like
really?
It was just kind of like a brewer's idea kind of thing, or a couple brewers or whatever. And then it like just turned out amazing and all about it.
Yeah, no, they absolutely killed it.
And to this day, I think it's one of the better beers out there. It's SHUGGA.
I'm spelling this wrong. There it is. Oh shit.
Brown sugar.
No. Yeah, you're going to literally find this shit before me. I just want to find out if they classify it as a...
Brown sugar is a deep golden amber, verging on brown, evoking maple syrup and pecan pie.
It's a strong ale.
It most closely resembles a rich red ale... ... I don't know.
On Beer Advocate, they call it a strong ale.
Yes.
I've
had strong ales, and this does not taste like a strong ale.
Hear me out. I have had
strong ales are like weedy.
I could count probably on one hand how many strong ales I've had.
I've had more.
I have not had more than
strong ales.
I have not had more than like 7. I've had less than 7 strong ales, and typically they don't taste like this. But I will say every strong ale I have had, they're not similar. I've had a lot of like most of the strong ales I've had. They're all very like characteristic of themselves. They're not. They're weird. They're kind of weird.
When I first pull it up, the first article comes up says Lagunitas brown sugar is the best kind of accident. So I think it really was like an accident experimental ale kind of thing.
Yeah, right. And that's really cool to know too. Like these guys, hear me out.
But that's what I mean. Why like
little known fact, these guys are just fucking Lagunitas. These guys are just fucking potheads that love beer.
They
just want to fuck around and make good beer.
Brewers are artists.
Yeah.
So why aren't you doing more?
Yeah.
Fuck around.
You know why, right? Because people take it too fucking serious. They're getting down to the science.
Yeah,
of it.
no, 100%.
Oh, it's not an art. It's a science.
It's like what we talk about when it's like
people were making good fucking beer before science, man. Come on.
Well, and it's also like what we were talking about when like people would judge you for like making a beer cocktail.
Yeah.
Like you're just not appreciating the beer, and it's like no, like if I was gonna like if Nick said, "Yo, if you pour peaty scotch into this beer right now, it'll blow your mind," I would do it instantly. Like,
yeah.
Even though I don't think that would be good, I would just do it.
You would dump your whole shot in there, and I'd be like, "Whoa!" And you were like, "It's already in." Like I was gonna be like, "Just a smidge," and you're like, "It's already in."
Why not?
Exactly.
Like I'm here for a good time and for things to be enjoyed. Like why? What does purity have to do with any of this?
100%. And for the record, across the board, I'm getting strong ale. So it is a very interesting thing that I'm assuming, clearly was an accident. And they were like, I guess this is a strong ale?
Yeah.
What is strong ale, you ask? I don't know.
But yeah, if you do get the chance to drink brown sugar, because it's very, I don't even know if I would call it seasonal. It's kind of a, I don't know when they release it or if even there's planned release. They just kind of do. But if you get the chance, it's delicious. It's a great, like my preferred brown sugar is Sunday morning waffles with peanut butter, the brown sugar. Hell yeah.
Fucking down, bro.
Some over easy eggs.
Excuse me.
Ooh. I do want to make some like cocktails with the brown sugar though. Like it's breakfast old fashioned with it.
We've talked about it. The brown we need to do stuff with the brown sugar. We need to fuck around with it because it's got some shit going on and it's so good.
Well, I feel like my cocktail making is just,
it has taken on a new level and just busted right through the ceiling of its expectation, really. I
was telling my parents about your reaction to my coffee Manhattan. Like your mind was just like,
I was blown away.
You were like, what am I drinking?
Because I always tell you, and it's not that I'm lying to you. It's just you are good at making cocktails.
Yeah.
But I always tell you, I'm like, oh wow, this is really good.
Yeah.
That's my typical reaction. It's just like, oh, Jack says this is good. Mine is, oh wow, this is really good. I made a point to like stop. He was like, I said,
I could see it in Nick's eyes. He was like,
I said, no, Levi,
this might be.
I told you. I said no. Like I need you to know. I think I said almost exactly that. I was like, I need you to know. This is fucking amazing. Like I'm like, there's like this is something like I've never had before. This is fucking amazing. I'm like, I even called out your like. I don't understand. Like your fuck Jesus Christ words 10% beer. Your what's the opposite of hindsight? Foresight. Your foresight of like
My foreskin.
your foreskin
You gotta
into
keep it the gay porno.
into thinking that this hop coffee was going to enhance this cocktail blew me away, because all you did was pour it through this coffee.
Yeah.
And it was insanely prevalent. And not only was it just like noticeable, but it was necessary to the cocktail. It was just absolutely flawless.
Yeah.
It was fucking perfect.
I made it intentionally for the coffee,
It
but
was
yeah,
fucking perfect.
it was probably up there on the list of cocktails that I made.
It's a fucking winner. It really did. I'm honestly speechless. I don't have words for it, because it just really was. It was so fucking good.
Yeah,
and I was surprised.
It
Really,
was just a blend of dark chocolate and like cherry and coffee and rye. It was just like
and I don't like sweet vermouth.
yeah.
I don't like sweet vermouth.
Yeah, it was
so good.
It was really nice. Really weird blend, but like
No,
it
not,
worked out.
Yeah, like ingredients list was weird, but it fucking everything coincided perfectly.
Yeah. But like it's just stuff like that. It's like why not? Fuck it.
I wish breweries would do that more often. I'm with you. So I'm sorry.
We're all over the place.
we're all over the place. And so my original point
Saturn
was, to be fair, we are pretty focused on our regional beers. National companies, you have Stone and Lagunitas, really, that's about it. Especially national, like that's what we get.
And they can leverage their brands
Exactly.
To do crazier stuff.
And so you might have, in your state, in your local town, there may be some breweries that do push those boundaries a little bit, and they do, we're not able to. They don't distribute our way,
and they might not even distribute that beer, right? They could just keep it on tap.
Totally. Like I think
even Georgetown, right? Like the Manny's is like an on tap beer that they do distribute, but they only distribute to restaurants. And going there were beers that they had that you like. They don't can or bottle or
they
whatever.
recently canned it for fucking COVID-19.
Manny's they did can it for COVID.
That is it. Yeah, before COVID-19,
you cannot get a can.
Yeah, right. But I think of like Revolution, right? Like outside of the Midwest, you can't get Revolution, and that is probably the closest thing in the Midwest that really experiments with freshness.
And I imagine that they also don't can every beer they make. Like there's probably a lot of unique tap. Like if you don't go to the tap room during this 60-day period, you miss out.
Yep, absolutely.
Same thing with E9, right? Like there's a lot of beer that I imagine like
a shit ton, right? They cycle through it so fast.
What's the gamer beer that I always misquote? Michelle the Gamer?
Yep, don't can that.
I haven't seen it.
Nope.
Delicious. Delicious.
There was another one. Where we're like, oh, it's so good. Don't can it. Can't think of it. But still, to your point,
my fishing buddy, right? Like it was a limited can. Like even they had it on tap, and he's like, we haven't canned it. We might can it by the time you guys want it, but maybe not.
Right. But to your point, I'm with you. Like overall, in general, I think
like when I go to Seven Seas, like Seven Seas is a massive brewery, and maybe their Gig Harbor does it more. But like when I go to Seven Seas in Tacoma, huge brewery, like well known in the Tacoma Northwest area.
Yep.
Why am I not seeing? Like because at some point we knew a lot of the beer tenders was what they call them. Like why are they not being like, Nick, Levi, you guys gotta try this. This is crazy. Never happened once. The craziest thing they did was make the Nomadic with cryo hops, and they made it worse. And they released a glass with like a weird sticker thing that wasn't even great.
It's a sticker.
And a pin, which
can't even etch the glass.
The pin is pretty cool. but the glass sucks. The shape of the glass is great, but the sticker on it is fucking shit.
Terrible.
And the beer wasn't as good.
It was fine. It was good. It was good,
but
not
it wasn't as good as the nomadic, the normal nomadic. And it's just like, what the fuck am I doing? And we're shitting on Seven Seas, but like it's true of a lot of the breweries around here.
If I had a sign right here, make a fresh hop Willie Mays.
True. Why not?
Just do it.
Yep.
Fucking Shia LaBeouf on your ass. Just do it. Stop fucking around with your Yakima bullshit. And
shitty
I don't
beer.
mean the county or city of Yakima. You guys who drink Seven Seas, they got a lot of hops. It's pretty great.
And the hops are great, but Yakima, I mean.
Yeah.
Come on.
But the beer is not good. It's not great.
No.
It's fine. And then your
check out the
profit,
other episode.
yeah, your hop profit, where the fuck
better
is better. Still not top tier. And I just feel like your resources
No, but it's just
should be able to do better.
We're shitting on Seven Seas, but it's not just Seven Seas, and that's really the point I want to get across.
Seven Seas is practical for us, and so that's what we're commenting on
because they're like the largest brewery.
Insert your brewery name here, really, because that's what we're getting at and that's what I was trying to get at. I want to be fair and say that there are probably a lot of breweries that do experiment some and probably like with freshness.
And there's a lot of breweries that are too small to like really step out of their comfort zones.
But hear me, hear me out. Like, what sets a brewery apart other than stepping out of your comfort zone, right? That, it's a leap of faith, but like it probably more than often than not pays off for you.
The risk is important, but
I understand that the risk is there.
Like a good example, a good local example is Odd Otter in their fucking Watermelon Hef. They do shit beer, but
they do weird shit in general.
It's that beer specifically though is shit in my opinion. I hate that beer, and the beer tender that served us said it's one of their most popular beers.
Blew me away. Probably because of motherfuckers like us who are like, I'll try it.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's interesting.
Exactly,
it's someone doing a new thing, and it's like,
and that shows you, right? Yeah. That shows you.
We bought it. Yeah, we don't like Hefs.
No.
We bought it because we're like, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I would like to try that.
And we did not like it.
No, it was terrible.
But it was interesting. Like it gave me a new experience when I was like, this tastes like if you made a PB&J, but the jam was watermelon.
Yeah.
Sounds like shit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that sounds good to you. Go check it out. But like, it's not for me.
It was weird.
Not in a beer. Like I'm interested in the PB&J with watermelon because
I would like some watermelon jelly.
That'd be pretty good.
I'd fuck with that.
But not in a beer.
Not in a beer.
No.
But
teach their own.
Totally.
But if you're not doing shit like that, then what are you doing?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I could, don't even get me started on creativity and why you shouldn't be afraid to push boundaries. I can't even. I don't, and I'm gonna just like glaze over this here. It's like I can't for the life of me understand why Christian music sucks so bad.
You know what it is? Because I think even though it's weird for me, like it's weird. Well, it's not weird for me. It's weird for all of you about me, and especially you because you get to experience it every week. Give me something that puts me on Saturn, or puts me at the beach, or puts a watermelon peanut butter sandwich in my hand. Like, give me something that like just puts this unique experience in my hand, or my head. That's just like outlandish. That's interesting. Don't just like, I don't. Kind of like we were talking about. So last Sunday for you guys, for us, it was like an hour ago. You were saying like the Hoppy Bitch is good, but you're like, it's just a Northwest IPA. Like what's exciting about it?
Nothing shines
It's a hoppy Northwest IPA. Like, it's cool. I like it. But
Push that a little further.
what?
But what? But what?
You're not sending me to Saturn with a hoppy bitch. You can send me to Saturn with this beer.
I think people try to please the masses, and what they don't realize is that, and even what people don't realize is that they, in fact, are searching for an uncomparable experience. Your average Joe is searching for an uncomparable experience. They might not know it, and they might not say it that way.
It's the classic Steve Jobs. Like, the consumer doesn't know what they want.
They don't. Right. So you have to show them the things that they don't even know about.
Yeah.
And they will, the fucking watermelon hef. Again, that's the best example.
And it's not like there isn't a place for the hoppy bitch. It's not like there isn't a place for the rude parrot. No, and it's fine. And the masses are going to want it. They're going to want their Starbucks. But that doesn't mean like the local coffee shop at the bottom of this like really cool looking hotel should try to be Starbucks, and that the way they differentiate themselves is with selling fucking boba,
and
even be better than Starbucks. Like,
and you know what's sad is even Starbucks is doing weird shit like cold foam, cold brew, weird. They're doing weird shit too.
Disgusting.
Sure, but yeah, even Starbucks is putting themselves out there.
People love that cold foam bullshit.
Sure. But again, they're getting weird. So like, come on.
Well, it's like,
come on. If you're gonna consider yourself craft, what is this? What does this go back to? Doesn't this go back to episode 1 of our fucking podcast of like what is craft?
If I'm going to a coffee shop,
yeah,
that's at the bottom floor of like an apartment or hotel that's like cool,
yeah,
got a cool name or whatever, brick building, all that good shit,
yeah,
hipster bullshit. That and your name isn't Starbucks. Why are you trying to be Starbucks?
Yeah.
If I want Starbucks, I'm just gonna go to Starbucks.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So why are you trying to be them? They got their corner shit market.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Bud Light's got Bud Light. And it's delicious. But they got Bud Light.
Yeah. Just fucking do something different, man. All right. Let's rate this beer.
Forgot that's what we do.
We do that here. Hear me out.
We're just
before we jump right in, I'm gonna let you, kind of look through those 4 or 5 words real quick. A couple of things that I'd just like to point out that Stone recommends pairing with this beer. Where like the second I read that, I was like, I need this yesterday. Like I need this now,
dude. I'm gonna let me throw this out there though, because it's weird for me.
Okay.
If you're like, Chicago, New York, and you're like, you gotta get a hot dog, but it has to have mustard on it, I'd be like, all right. I don't like mustard. I'll do it for you. Let me get another hot dog with ketchup.
Absolutely.
Because I don't like mustard.
Same.
But I'll do it.
Yep.
I feel like mustard would go well with the beer. That's all I'm saying. Anyways.
Fair enough.
Hit me.
None of this has anything to do with mustard
whatsoever. I know. I didn't think it would.
But I'm not saying you're wrong.
Probably typical IPA, like
guacamole.
cheese.
I would fuck with some chips and guac with this beer personally.
With a spicy pico.
Totally.
And specifically a pico because I want some chunk.
Absolutely. Want some chunk for sure. Another thing that maybe you're into, maybe you're not, I'm not really sure on your dessert preferences because you're fucking weird. Carrot cake. I read carrot cake. I'm like, you know what? I would fuck with some carrot cake with this.
Not for me.
Just saying. Throwing that one out there. That's fair for you. But fuck with some carrot cake with this. Moving on. I have to pee so much.
It's not a meal. I mean, maybe for some of you in this gay porno that we're commentating, but
Nothing's changed since the beginning. Look, Levy.
Oh, we're that it was carrot cake and guac, and that was it.
Yeah, that was all I wanted to go over. Really.
Oh.
I mean, you can read more if you want. They have a lot more.
I was just expecting more. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, here's the list. I'll give this to you.
Okay.
I'll let you look over this.
You go over look, and I'll point out anything that I'm interested in.
Fair enough. So look, there's nothing here, right? It's orangey yellow, pretty golden. As I like tossed in the last little bit, there was shimmering gold, and that is literally all I would write for look at this is shimmering gold. There's some weird shit on there, bro. I want to warn you. There's some weird shit on there. I pulled out the best of the best, in my opinion.
Dude,
go ahead.
A cigar with this beer, bro.
No, I know. That's where my peaty scotch is. You're like, I want a normal rye scotch or a normal rye whiskey with a cigar, and I'm like, why not have both in one and just get a nice peaty scotch?
I'm just saying, like,
I'm with you.
No, you're not, because I'm going a different direction.
All right, go ahead.
Jack wants to get a beer with us tomorrow. Why aren't we doing this beer with my mini cigarillos and, some whiskey?
Like, fuck going somewhere. Like, let's just go here and drink this beer. Yeah.
Someone go to Costco tomorrow. I'll pick up another one because I got two downstairs.
I can't do that.
I probably can.
Yeah, you two can do that and enjoy yourselves.
Fuck.
I'm pissed that I can't.
No, we got a meeting tomorrow, all of us.
What are you on about?
Fuck, we got a meeting.
What are you talking about?
We got a meeting.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
What are you talking about? Because I'm going to find out.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
We all got a meeting from like 12 to 4 tomorrow.
Oh! Yeah, we do. I'm going to find out. Yeah, you will. If you don't already fucking know, you will know. But mostly seriously, because you're one of the two people taking phone calls during that time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you probably should fucking know that, Nick. You dumb cunt. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Well, we'll talk about it after this.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like that's something that we need to do. Anyway,
I wish.
Tell me about the look.
I'm the Levy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. You're gonna hate me.
Okay.
And I didn't have a choice. I want you to know that.
Okay.
I want you to know right now I didn't have a choice.
I know. You're gonna
shimmering.
You're gonna ruin all the plans.
I know.
I know what's coming.
I didn't have a choice.
You
want to volunteer? I was like, fuck no, I don't want to volunteer. I want to fucking do that shit.
I know.
I don't fucking want to do that.
I know.
I'm one of 3 people. And
I
one of 2 that are fucking answering phones.
I know. Just.
Fuck.
We got a podcast. Let's do this and we'll discuss afterwards.
How does it smell? I haven't sniffed this once.
I'm gonna be
on
honest.
Purpose.
I'm gonna be honest. It's not a great smell. It smells soapy.
Here we go.
It smells soapy. If you can get better than that, but it smells soapy.
Orange.
It's not a good
soap.
smell. It's not a good smell.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's a good beer, but it's not a good smell.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I was overdue.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I got some nice.
Okay.
I got some nice. I got some nice floral sniffs in there too. That's actually really nice floral. All right, moving on because you have nothing.
But you got to admit, it's not like a great.
No, it's
smell.
fine though. Yeah. It's not great. It's fine.
No, it's not horrible.
It's not
bad, but like
don't mistake orange soap for bad.
Yeah, it's just not good.
Taste.
Strong citrus up front. Earthy pumpkin patch. On the back end.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. It's
just to jackify our taste. Bitter, hoppy. The thing, like when you do 10, so I was trying to explain this to my mother because we were on vacation. That's why I keep bringing up these.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. We'll have to talk about that next week because we really just went off on beer on this episode, which is not like us.
And it's something to do, and we actually discussed this with Jack as well. This smash, as Nick and I call it. Normally people call it a smash.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's called smash. It stands for single malt and it's a lowercase and single hop. The nice thing about those is you get to pick out particular flavors of malts and hops. And then when you have things like this, it's really good, but it's very difficult to pick out like particular flavors, especially especially associating flavors to hop varietals.
And I think it's even easier to distinguish hop varietals than it is malt, right?
Yeah, malt's like a whole thing.
Like when you mix malts in a beer like this, I'm lost.
Maybe other people could do it better because we're very hop focused.
Totally.
So
totally.
Maybe other people could do malts better than us, but like
yeah.
Speaking of though, like it is a little caramely.
Absolutely. No, I'll give you caramel for sure. Well, but let me get another taste.
No, let me refine.
Please.
Burnt sugar, which is caramel, but it's got a more like acidic. Like there is an acidity to this beer, in my opinion.
No, you're 100% correct in burnt sugar.
Because caramel is very smooth, and this, I think there's a little sharpness to this, which I enjoy. I like burnt sugar,
but don't get us wrong. It is a smooth beer.
Yes,
like,
no, we're going to the feel, right?
It's very complex.
Like let's hit the feel.
Smooth,
silky.
Okay, hold up.
Smooth. You're as smooth as silk.
Okay.
Sacrifice vanilla.
Oh,
here.
Sorry. Feel. Were we bouncing?
Sorry. Vanilla milk.
Oh, okay. Now I'm with you.
Contrast to chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a weird vanilla milk feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
We typically don't do what it's not, but I would like to say not in all caps a syrupy / sticky imperial. I just feel like it's important to clarify, like, because I think it's an odd thing to be what it is. So,
I agree. No, absolutely, I 100% agree. Thoughts we already talked about, and I can't type all this out before I have to go fucking take a piss.
That's what I was gonna say. How do we type that out?
We already spoke,
but we should probably, maybe we'll do it after you piss.
Okay,
because we should probably write it down.
Okay. Oh, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good one right now. Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. Critiques, dude. I don't got one. TBH.
I might.
Go ahead.
I might.
Go ahead.
I might.
Go.
Let me go down to our scale. Sorry. What the fuck? Oh, levs. Okay.
Yeah, I was getting there.
I thought I was doing that. I was like, press it down.
What the fuck?
So my critique is that the citrus and the bitterness of like the earthy tones don't blend very well. It's very jarring. It's a little nitpicky here.
I'm going to be
very jarring.
So I'm going to be nitpicky with you. I'm not going to say it doesn't blend very well. I'm going to say that it doesn't blend perfectly.
Okay.
Because I think they do blend. It's not like it's noticeable for you that they don't blend. It's not a perfect transition.
It's a little more jarring for me.
Fair enough. So,
but I'm glad that we're on the same page at least. Like it's like oh, this is citrusy, and then it's like, no, this is a earthy boy. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and that's kind of and to speak on that a little more, that was one of my first thoughts. Right, where I was like, I don't know that I want to call it earthy. And you were like, no, it's earthy.
It is.
And so that was me being stuck in
you're like,
a little bit of that.
Because you were like, it's citrusy. And then you're like, but it's not.
Yeah, like it has some, but it's not bitter, it is bitter.
I think it's because there are two distinct tastes going on throughout like drinking the beer.
Imagine that with 10 hop varietals.
Exactly. But that's really my biggest critique, I think, is that like it's not a smooth transition between those two flavors. I think that's my one critique.
Mm.
And even that critique, like, right? We always talk about this, like, just because it's critique doesn't mean it's not intentional, doesn't mean it's not, just what it is. Maybe you're never going to get that transition to like those earthy tones from a citrus hop.
Right.
It's just impossible to ever transition, no matter how you brew the beer. So, I mean, it just is what it is, especially with the feel that it's got going on. Again, we're being nitpicky here.
Honestly.
Really am.
Honestly.
So outside of that, I'm ready. Well, I'm ready for the rating portion of this podcast. Do I have a number? No.
Excuse me?
I don't have a number.
Okay. It's fine.
Do you have a number? Because that would be weird if you had a number before I had a number.
I have everything.
You got it. You're good?
I'm set in stone.
Man, this is weird. This is strange. This is strange.
Stone.
Yeah, I know. I got it.
I was going back and forth, and I was like, you know what? Just own it.
I'm ready.
Mine's already written down.
Count us down.
3, 2, 1. 4.9.
But I know why.
That's fine.
I no, but I'm gonna explain the differences between our.
Okay, please.
So you haven't said perfect or amazing, but let me say why there's a difference between us first, and then you can say your experience of the beer.
Yeah.
I like more earthy beers than you.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. That's it.
Nailed it. And mind you, I'm still in the perfect category.
Okay.
It is top tier beer.
Yeah.
There is, again, we're being nitpicky when we're talking about changes to this beer. At a glance, it is an absolutely perfect beer. This is by far my most favorite Enjoy by, the 1031 specifically, but this year has probably got to be my favorite one too. Fuck, man. We've covered it all, right? It's just such a goddamn good beer. The balance between citrus and earth, the body like covers all aspects, right? Like the body of the beer is exactly where you want it with that like crisp bitterness, but then like with that sweetness, it brings in some of that earthy bitterness to round out the sweetness too. So it really just does a fucking great job, man. And for a double IPA, if this is not the best double IPA I've ever had,
True.
Fuck.
I think if it had a little more citrus in it, then it would have been a perfect beer for you.
Probably.
You would blend it a little bit better.
You know
like
what?
To more,
not citrus, but floral.
Maybe
actually.
that's better. Maybe floral
Because I don't want
like
it too
the
sweet.
herbal earthiness, but like
Yeah. I think floral were compared to like an
like a little
earthiness.
brighter flavors. And
Yes,
like the
brighter.
dark tones that it has going on.
Yes. Yeah. That would push it over the edge. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything to, really to.
No, that's the 4.9 for me really is the transition there from like citrus to like earthy, like herbally, chewing on a plant that still has some dirt on it, kind of thing.
Oh, like you're into.
No, I like those flavors, but it's the transition that's a little jarring for me. And again, like I generally don't like. I generally enjoy the bitter tones more than you do, whereas you enjoy the citrus florally tones more. Which is,
yeah,
it's our preference.
And I really could be swayed to go a little higher than that. Irrelevant from that, it is the top tier for us. I mean, it is really just such a fantastic beer.
It's fresh hop season. We're rating it this high, like it.
Yeah, the hops allegedly aren't even fresh, and it's like the beer itself is like no different than like having a beer in February for their Enjoy by. So,
yeah. Well, let us know what you guys want to see next. We got some fresh hops lined up. Another random beer that I bought alongside of this one, and hopefully we get some Born Yesterday, which is traditionally our highest rated beer ever. I think the Bodhi And the Born Yesterday is the highest rated beers we have on the podcast. So hopefully we got that coming up soon. We love that beer.
So
I love
goddamn
that.
good. So goddamn good.
Other than that, check out our hop series. I'm thinking, or I said hops. Pints. Our pint series. I'm thinking, I've been thinking this for a while, but I want to blend in some cocktail episodes to pints. Just kind of break up the monotony a little bit.
Sure. Yeah, we've done that before.
Because it gives up. I'm thinking like pints, you can go out and get that beer if you're in the Tacoma area. And also like we did like cocktails version of that, like maybe every other week or something.
Sure.
Maybe once a month.
Whatever.
You can make that cocktail at your home. We'll make it in front of you and all that good stuff. And I don't know. But if you're interested in any of those things, let us know down in the comments. It helps us out. Help us on the YouTube algorithm. You just have to comment.
That's it.
That's it. You can like and dislike this video.
Sure.
Honestly, just you doing
interacting at all.
Something.
At all.
Doesn't matter. You could comment A.
And I'll go. I'm gonna take the dart.
Yeah. Do something if you want to see more. If you liked it, who cares?
Yep.
I don't know, who cares?
But yeah.